I'm going to be talking about making sales in the DMs. So, first of all, actually, I'm interested to know how many people actually use the DMs as part of your sales process. I'm super curious to know if it's a hot topic yet for you ladies in the group. If you're like, oh, yeah, I make sales in the DMs all the time, easy peasy, piece of cake, or if you maybe have always been interested in learning how to sell in the DMs, but you weren't sure exactly how to do it properly. Maybe you've tried and you haven't gotten much of a good result. So not everybody needs to make sales in the DMs. Some people just don't want to go there, don't want to do that, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm just curious to know where everyone's at. No, I don't pay right now for StreamYard. I'm kind of just testing it out because I've gotten so frustrated with Facebook Lives, like using the Facebook native platform. I always get cut off after like 20 minutes, apparently. It happens so often, and it's just super annoying when I'm like on a roll and talking, and then it just kind of dies. It just kills the vibe. So yeah, I'm looking at StreamYard. So far, so good. I think the quality is great and everything. I might upgrade so that I can stream to more places and not have to fiddle with TikTok on my phone. So I think that'd be worth it. So yeah, StreamYard, check it out. It's pretty good so far. You make sales in your DMs. Nice, nice. Do you want to share your process with us? I'm curious to know what other people do. I'm going to be explaining today how what I do to get people into my DMs and to start conversations with them in my DMs, how to get qualified prospects in my DMs, and how I make the conversation flow thereafter in order to work towards the sale. So I think that some people have a misunderstanding, first of all, about what it means to sell in the DMs. I think it's gotten a lot of hype online, but some people don't really fully understand. So most clients come to me through my ads or by referral. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, a lot of people don't really fully understand what it means to sell in the DMs or how exactly to do it. So I'm just going to share my process with you today, what I've been doing so far that has worked pretty well for me. And as I grow like everyone else, this process may evolve and hopefully get better. But so far, I've been pretty happy with this process. So I wanted to share with you guys so that if you feel that transitioning to selling in the DMs is something that you're interested in learning to do or incorporate into your business as an additional kind of sales system, then you can do so, right? So yeah. So I think one misunderstanding for selling in the DMs is a lot of people think that just sending a message equals, oh, selling in the DMs. Now, what I mean by selling in the DMs is actually like making the sale through a conversation that happened in your DMs. So usually when people are reaching out to others in their DMs, a lot of the time what they think that means is to send them a message saying, hi, my name is such and such. This is my company name, and I sell X, Y, and Z. I'd love it for you if you would check out my website, and then they send a link. So that to me is not selling in the DMs. Like, there's a way to do it in such a way that people actually welcome your messages, and that is not the way. So a lot of the time, I'm sure you've received some of those messages before yourself, and you can probably understand what I'm saying and where I'm coming from with this. So if you are sending cold messages, just purely sending your link to a complete stranger in the DMs to get them to buy something, then that is spam, basically. I hate to break it to you, but that's spam. Spam is technically just an unwanted solicitation. It's an unwanted message from a complete stranger that is totally unwanted, unexpected. So that is just a spam message that most people will probably just ignore. Some people, I'm in a lot of different business groups on Facebook, and I've seen people actually get really like irritated and actually respond back to the person, like to not message them again. Some people get blocked. So that type of strategy is not a strategy, and it's not something that you should be doing if you want to build a good relationship with your prospects. Okay. You don't want to get blocked by everybody who is a good prospect for you in your business. That's not a productive way to do business. So instead of doing that, I'm going to share with you what I do instead that actually is much better, actually starts conversations, actually builds rapport with my prospects, my ideal prospects, pre-qualifies them also as someone who, you know, is actually somebody who would be a good, who would be interested in what I have to offer, and, you know, a good fit for my business as a client. Yeah, and get them to say yes to what I'm offering. Okay. So swipe right for comments. Really? Okay. Cool. Yeah, so it's a few step process, but I'm not going to take too long to explain every single step in great detail. I just want to give you kind of a high level overview for today so that you can think about ways that you can implement this system into your business, and then kind of, you know, do your brainstorming and figure out how you can make it work for you. Okay. So the first step into getting people or making sales in the DMs is getting people into your DMs in the first place, okay? Or getting into their DMs. So the way that I like to do this is by getting them to actually put up their hand and indicate that they want something from me. So to me, that is I like that because that shows that they're actually interested. They've made the first move, and then it's you know, it's guaranteed that when I end up sending them a message, that they are not going to block me, cuss me out, or anything like that. Okay. So the way that I do this, I have a few different ways, but the main ways that I do this is by engaging in other Facebook groups where I know that my ideal prospects are spending their time. So for me, I have a digital marketing business. So I spend a lot of time in groups where business owners, small business owners hang out, for example, because that's usually the type of clientele that I attract, is people who are just starting out their small business, or who maybe have a small business, but they're not too sure what, you know, online assets they need for their digital marketing or whatever. So those are ideal prospects to me. Okay. So I try and get the conversation going with those people by, and I'll get into this step a little later a bit more, but basically I don't talk at them. I don't say what I offer and ask them to buy from me. What I do is initiate assistance. So I try and help them in some way, and I'll get into that a bit more in a couple of steps, but that's how I get that started, that whole process. Okay. So I get them to raise their hands. So what that usually looks like for me is I will offer some type of freebie. I will ask questions to my ideal prospects that I know the answer is going to be yes to. I will offer, you know, something that I usually charge for, and like do a flash, like a giveaway or something like that, and say, you know, if you would like to get a copy of XYZ that's going to help you ABC, then, you know, say me in the comments and I will send that over to you. Some type of, you know, some type of comment, or question that is going, that, you know, your ideal prospect is going to say yes to. So if it's not relevant for the person reading, they're not an ideal prospect for you. They're not going to comment. But if you, you know very well who your ideal client is, your ICA that I've talked about many times on my lives previously, then you will be able to think of certain posts and questions that you can ask in order to get people to say yes, or to say me, or to say, you know, interested, or, oh, I'd love one of those, or whatever in the comments. Okay. To me, I find that the easiest because, like I said, they self-identify themselves as my ideal prospect, and they're actually interested, and they get to not know me, but they know who I am before I send them the DM, right? So they know that they've seen me in whatever group that, you know, I had posted in. They've seen my profile picture. Probably they've clicked on my profile to check out who I am in the first place, you know, to be offering whatever it is. And so they've seen me before. So when they see my message in the DMs, they know that, you know, they are the ones that asked for whatever. So they're not shocked or annoyed to see my message in their inbox. Okay, so that is step one. Now, step two is to just introduce yourself and what you do. Okay, so and then, you know, post the link for whatever it is that you're offering. So that's how I kind of open up the conversation. When I send a DM to a prospect, I will say, you know, if they don't know me, then I'll say, hi, you know, it's Jane from such and such group. I saw that you were interested in getting my XYZ, you know, download or whatever. I own a digital marketing agency, and, you know, we do ABC and da da da. So, you know, I just thought I'd put this together and I hope it's helpful for you. So here's the link where you can grab it. And that's it. That's all I send initially. Okay. I don't say like, oh, here's my website. Like I, you know, do websites, go, you know, check it out, whatever. I just offer them the thing, introduce myself. You know, if they respond in a way that starts a conversation, then excellent. You know, if it starts a conversation organically and you know, you have a great exchange, then that's perfect. And then you can get more into their needs and you know, what it is that they need or think that they need, and maybe provide them a couple of tips or whatever, and then move them into either, you know, if you have a Facebook group, which I do, so that's where I tend to try and move people to, so that they can consistently see what I, you know, my offers. Or, you know, you can even make the offer to help them in a paid fashion right away. It depends on how the conversation flows. So, you know, I don't have time to get into different scenarios on this live, but just basically, I just want to mention that it's okay to kind of lead towards a sale earlier on in the conversation if it feels organic and it feels like it will be helpful to the prospect, and that's where it's flowing. Okay, so but that's my step two. Now you can step three would be asking strategic questions about them. So again, read the room, right? Like, know if they seem like they're in a hurry, if they have said something that kind of cuts the conversation off. You don't have to do the rest of the steps right away, because one of my steps is follow up, the last step. So either way, we are going to continue communicating with this prospect until they've either, you know, shown that they're really not interested, or until ideally they've moved into my Facebook group, or you know, or agreed to get on a call with me and discuss their needs further and move into a paid you know, a paid relationship. So yeah, so tip number three is to ask strategic questions about them if it feels good in the moment to do so. So one thing that you would need to do if you're going to be moving on to this right away is to really have a look, like a quick look. I'm not saying you need to like research their entire business, but have a quick look at their profile. Okay, because a lot of people, especially business owners, if they're not new, especially, are going to have information on their profile that says clearly what it is that they do already. So don't be disingenuous, you know, don't like, it just makes it seem like you're kind of fake or disingenuous if you just say like, oh, what do you do? And it's clear right on their profile picture or their cover picture that, you know, that they're yoga teacher or whatever. So you want to make sure that you're asking genuine, relevant questions that are going to keep a conversation flowing. Because if they feel that you're not, that you're being disingenuous, they're just going to be like, oh, you know, another one that's trying to sell to me. Like, she didn't even bother checking my profile. It's right there. So it doesn't really it's not really a good look if you kind of just ask questions that are like generic, obvious questions, or questions that make it obvious that you haven't even bothered to take any initiative into getting to know who they are, what their business is at all. So ask strategic questions about them. Don't make the focus about you and like, oh, my business is this, I do this, I've been in this, industry for X number of years, and me. Like, make it about them. Make it about, ultimately, you're trying to uncover what their actual needs are. Like what prompted them to ask for your free resource in the first place, right? Like, what is it exactly that they're looking to achieve? What are their goals? Just ask genuine questions that will show them that you are essentially interested in getting to know them more, that will build a rapport with them, and that will get them feeling comfortable with you, right? Like, they're not going to feel like you're just a spammer. They're going to actually feel comfortable with you and feel like they can open up and talk to you about their goals and their challenges. Okay. So step 4 is a simple one, but it's one that I think I touched on it in my last step. Seems to be kind of, I don't want to say hard for people, but it seems to get overlooked a lot. So step 4 is show genuine interest throughout the conversation. Okay. So like I mentioned in step 3, if you're asking the wrong questions, if you're talking only about yourself, it's just not going to be demonstrating a genuineness to your prospect. Okay. So that's going to be a turnoff really quickly for them. If you don't seem like you're even interested or you even care at all in them or their business or what they have to say. So just show genuine interest. Speak to them like a person and not like, oh my gosh, I want to make, money off of this person. So like, what can I say to get them to buy my thing like right now? And don't expect anything from, I should have made that an extra step, an extra tip, but don't expect anything from the engagement. Like, don't have an expectation that like, okay, I'm going to speak to 10 people today and I need 7 people to buy. Like, I want 7 people to purchase my thing. The conversation will flow much more naturally and much more organically if you are just showing genuine interest in the prospect in the moment and not focusing or stressing about making a sale to them. Okay. They're not a dollar sign. Like, speak to them as a person, speak to them as you're genuinely trying to help them, which you should be anyways, right? So make that clear throughout your communication. So tip number 5, so offer a free resource to help them. So I mentioned that in the very beginning, that's the way that I like to get people interested in what I have to offer to begin with and get a conversation started, is to offer them a free resource to help them. Now, I know some people have, thoughts on offering free resources, but I think especially if you're a brand new business owner, offering a free resource is really useful. So first of all, it gives you a chance to get feedback on your free resource and see if you're on the right track, right? Whatever it is that you're offering as your free resource, was it then later on when you follow up, which is going to be my next tip, you can check in with the prospect and see if they have any questions, if they found your free resource helpful. So it's great to get initial feedback when you're just starting out in your business. Secondly, it's something quick that you can put together really quickly, really easily. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time or thought or effort in creating a free item because it is free to begin with. So it's not to say it shouldn't be valuable. It absolutely should be valuable. But, it's not something that you're going to spend as much time on as something that you're charging, $100 or $200 for. So there's less pressure, there's less stress because it's a free item in that sense, right? And it's a quick and easy way to get people into your world. So offering something for free Like if you're offering something, if you want somebody to buy something for you, I don't know if you've seen this, but I definitely see like crickets. Like you hear crickets a lot of the time if you're saying like, I'm selling XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Like people will disappear and ghost you like, you know, nobody's business if you charge for something, or if you are offering something with a charge right away. A, because they don't know you probably. B, because it's kind of spammy. And C, because so many people are doing it. Like everybody and their mother are just posting like, buy my stuff. Here's my link, you know, check out my website. I just launched my website. Check out my website and go buy something. So it's just a different approach that is more prospect focused than you focused and, you know, or sales focused. So for that, for all those reasons, I like to give freebies. I like to offer freebies. Plus, it also is a learning process for you, because if you create a freebie and you offer it in, you know, a number of places and there's literally nobody who's putting up their hands, okay, you pivot and you offer something else, right? Like you can just create another freebie in another hour or two, and then try and offer that until you find a winner, that something that a lot of people are going to be interested in getting, right? So freebies are just a great way to kind of get leads and get people into your world. Like I said earlier, I like to funnel all my leads into my Facebook group anyway. So you're not losing that prospect or that lead, you know, they're going to be in your Facebook group, let's say, or following you or whatever. So you can continue to nurture them and also to eventually make sales to them anyway. So yeah, so freebies are great in my process that I use. They're great for now. Um, so yeah, offer a free resource to help them and to attract people. Okay. And number six, step number six is follow up. A lot of people do not do this step. A lot of people will send out a bunch of messages, and then if they don't hear from anybody, they kind of just say, oh, you know, sending messages don't work, or, you know, trying to sell in the DMs don't work. It's a lost cause, didn't work for me. So you need to follow up. People are super busy these days. People are, you know, pulled in a billion directions with their own businesses, with their families, with like all kinds of things going on. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't interested in whatever it is that you sent them, or they weren't interested in your offer or whatever it is. All it means is you probably just fell off the radar. You just need to follow up and create more touch points with your prospects in order to follow up on the resource you gave them. And I love this process because you have a reason to follow up with them, right? So you have a reason to open another conversation if need be in a couple of days. So you're still top of mind. You only wait like a couple of days to reach out to them again. And then you can just open the conversation by saying like, hey, you know, so-and-so, I hope that you, or did you get a chance to open my whatever or download my document and go through it? Like, I hope you found some value in it. So if they say, you know, like depending how they respond, then you can take it away and asking strategic questions again, or whatever, right? And have another organic conversation. Or if you didn't have one in the first place, then it gives you the opportunity to have one this time. So hopefully they would have had a chance to at least open and have a quick look at your freebie. So you can have a conversation around that leads to, you know, how much more you can help them through one of your paid offers. If you have a paid offer in mind specifically, that is an extension of your free offer, then that's perfect, right? It will just segue right into your paid offer, and it becomes a sales conversation naturally. You know, and hopefully they also would have found some value in what it is that you offered them in the beginning and sent them in the beginning. And then, you know, that can lead into a great sales conversation. So, so follow up. I would say follow up with people 2, maybe 3 times even, or even more, depending on, you know, the vibe that you get from them. Again, read the room. If you get a good vibe from them, you've got great rapport going, good conversation, you know, good back and forth for a bit, then you can follow up with them even more than that if you want to, right? Because this is now a warm lead for you. So why would you just drop them and not follow up again ever? If they feel like, oh, I'm good for now, like thanks for the freebie, and don't call me, I'll call you type of situation, then no worries. Like if you want to join my group, if you haven't already, here's the link. I get into a lot more detail about the same topic in my group. So I just thought you might, be interested to join. So again, you're funneling them to your group or to follow you, whatever, on Instagram or wherever you are. And if they take you up on it, which most people do for me, then you still haven't lost the lead. They're going to be watching you. You're going to be able to nurture them, and they're going to still hear about all your offers, your paid offers and whatnot anyway, right? So definitely follow up. I'd say follow up 2 or 3 times every couple of days, until and unless you get the sense that they're actually not a good fit for your paid offers, or they kind of say like, okay, I'm good. Like, I'll let you know if I need anything else. Thanks. Okay. So I want to go back to the offer them a free resource. So the previous step, I want to expand on that a little bit, and also share another way that you can make sales through that process without even having a conversation with them. So first, I wanted to talk about one of my upcoming programs. I have something coming up that I think might be of interest to a lot of you. It's called the 30-Day Business Transformation. So basically, it's 30 days where I look at your specific business. I analyze your specific business, your specific marketing that you're doing for your business, and I help you to create a customized marketing plan, customized social media plan, and all of that just specifically for your business. Now, I know that usually I offer, specific programs to teach you how to do a certain specific thing in marketing. But this time I thought it would be better to offer something where it's more of an open container, so you can share your struggles with me, what it is that your goals are, and we can work on your specific goals together. Okay. So what this includes is basically, I'm going to do a full business analysis on your business and your marketing, and put together kind of a high level draft plan with you that to go over with you. So we'll have a one-on-one call to go over that with you. Okay. We'll discuss your current offers, your current marketing, what your issues are, what your goals are, and then we'll look at what my suggestions are and my high level, suggestions, and then we will create together a customized marketing plan for your business. Okay. And that would include also money making activities that you would need to do every day in order to get more leads and more sales into your business. So what specifically you should be doing for your business in order to increase, grow your leads, and then grow your sales too. And we will also, I'll also make a customized social media plan for you. So it's using my social media success kit. I'll have my team customize the entire thing for you. So you'll get actually a full year of social media posts and graphics, not just for a month. You'll get that for the full year. I'm going to throw that in like for an entire year, not just a month. And you get access to me through Voxer, which is like a communication kind of walkie-talkie app. You get access to me through Voxer during business hours to ask questions, just to touch base as if you're launching something, then you can get some launch support and so on as well. So if you are interested in learning more about that, my 30-day business transformation, then just post me in the comments and I will send you a DM. I'll message you to give you more information. What do I sell? What service do I provide? So I own a digital marketing agency. So we do websites, sales funnels, social media management, logos, graphics, Also copywriting, like emails for email marketing, social media posts, like blog posts, like all kinds of things. So basically everything regarding marketing. Now, I wanted to go back to expand a bit on tip number 5, offering the free resource. So another thing that I love to do when I'm offering a free resource that also facilitates sales without me even having to ask for a sale is I will actually create a sales funnel in order to send them to. Okay, so I'll send them the freebie, but the freebie will be on a landing page, and the landing page will ask for their email in order for them to get the freebie. So that's a common, process. People are used to that by now. So if they're interested enough in your freebie offer, they're going to give you their email, which is another way you can capture them as a lead in order to increase touch points with them and to nurture them on a continuous basis. But beyond that, once they've submitted their email, they automatically get the email sent to them with the link to download the freebie and to say, the whole thank you for, your interest in my freebie offer, whatever. Here it is for you to download. And on the next page, I also offer them a low ticket offer. So I'll offer something between anywhere between $5 and, $49, let's say, would be a good initial offer after freebie. And I just offer them something on that sales page that is a step above basically what it is that they just got signed up for free. And it gives them an opportunity to get something that will help them even more, and also a way for them to become a customer and get to know me and my style and the quality of my products without a huge commitment, right? Without a huge financial commitment. So some people online will say, high ticket's the only way to go, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I don't believe that. I think that A, do whatever that works for you, but B, it's so much easier to get a customer to the first time if it's a low commitment, low barrier to entry for them to get whatever it is from you, right? So that's just my opinion. I like to focus more on long term. So we know, marketers know that it's harder to get people in the first time, to get them to say yes and make a purchase the first time than it is after that. So subsequent purchases tend to be a lot easier to make. And I've noticed that as well. I've had people purchase from me again, other products that I sell, because they already have gotten to know you from the smaller item that they've purchased from you. So I focus on big picture, long term, the entire lifetime value of the customer versus, I'm just going to try and get people to pay me 10K for one container. It's few and far between the number of people who can afford to pay you 10K or even 5K for anything, right? So for me, I would prefer to make it easy for someone to buy from me the first time, and then to make them want to buy from me again and again. So this is my own personal preference. This is what has worked really well for me. So that's why I'm sharing it with you, that, so that if you are in the earlier stages of your business, you don't kick yourself trying to come up with some $1,000 or $5,000 offer that, nobody's maybe going to buy, because I find it easier to make sales with smaller items the first time around. So having that sales funnel in place for immediately after they sign up for the freebie, they're already in buying mode. They're already willing to make an exchange for something that they are interested in getting. So if you create an offer on that second page that is basically a step up of what it is they just signed up for free, and it's only, $19 or $7, especially, it's kind of a no-brainer for people to go ahead and purchase it, right? So that is what I like to do. Now, in my sales funnels, I actually have a few pages like that. I have like upsells and things. So my total like cart value is actually quite high. So if somebody buys everything on each of my pages, then I can make a few $100s just from one sale. That's pretty awesome for one DM conversation of, 2 or 3 minutes, right? So yeah. So anyway, that's why I wanted to share my sales process with you, my DM sales in the DM process with you today, to get your juices flowing and thinking about how you can incorporate this into your own business, and how you can make this work for you. Okay. I would love some help to start my own online business. Fantastic. I would love to help you as well. That's what I do. Now, if you are interested in working with me, then I will send you a message. You can just comment me in the comments and I'll send you a message to give you more information about my 30-day business transformation that I mentioned. And if you just want to kind of get to learn more from me, then I also have a Facebook group called Client Attraction Secrets for Driven Women Entrepreneurs. If you check the link in my bio, it's right there. You can click on that and join my Facebook group. It's free to join, and I go live fairly often to share my strategies and my tips, what works for me in my businesses, and all of that. So feel free to join my Facebook group, and I will come back around. And for those watching this on the replay on Facebook, I'm going to come back around if you just say me in the comments and message you about my program. So if you're looking to get started and you haven't started yet, I also have a free resource for you. So you can also check the link in my bio if you're watching me on TikTok. The link in my bio, I have a free business starter kit. I'm pretty sure that's the newest one. If you're not sure if that's the newest one, just send me a DM. It's a totally free business starter kit. So you can get that for free. I can send you the link to the current one if I haven't updated it already. So anyway, that's it for me. I got to run. But if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comment for those of you watching in my group. And for those on TikTok, you can feel free to send me a DM to talk about anything business related. If you want to get started, if you have questions about something I talked about today, then send me a message, shoot me a message, and we'll talk. Okay. All right. So I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.